Hi Libra, welcome to my channel, The Guided Intuitive, and thank you so much for being here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do your bi-weekly read, and a lot of you know that I've been out for a while. See my update in my link below. I've actually posted it there to give you a quick update, but I'm actually doing bi-weeklies only for this month and getting them out to you right now. So this is going to be you and the other person, and it's going to be general. We're going to see what wants to pop up. Typically, but they are love, but I think you can actually, we're going to see what wants to come up through this process, and it could be taken that way as well. So what might, what I might be explaining on one side, you might resonate with the other, okay? So just know I'm so happy to be back and see you, and I'm taking it slow, day by day, so you can click on my update below, okay? That'll give you the kind of the skinny on things, all right? So that being said, we're going to hop right into this. This is going to be for all Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as your Venus signs. Okay, so let's jump into this. If you'd like a personal read, go to theguidedintuitive.com and we'll get you set up over there. Okay, all right. So I'm going to be using these fantastic cards, guys. I am so in love with them. All right. So anyway, you'll see it at below. It's a hero's journey, which is what we are all on. At some level at every given moment here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this is for you. So Libra, let's see what we've got going for you on this side. Okay, so nice. So this is really talking about, this is about right now, Libra, you attending to the simple things in life right now, okay? It's asking you to focus on those simple things, because a lot of times when we focus on simple things, washing the dishes, washing our clothes, a lot of you can hear that, okay? All of that is sometimes can be an act of mindfulness. It is something that we do maybe a lot, that we're just unconsciously, we just consistently do, and we do without thinking, right? Brushing our teeth, taking a shower, combing our hair, different things like that, right? And so this is saying is that sometimes when we get into that point, it's a state of mindfulness, which is about being in that dream sanctuary. And it allows you to kind of tap into your subconscious a little bit and let things kind of float. Any messages that want to come up, right? Any divine messages from above that want to float in, come through as well. So this is kind of like you're just being very flexible, right? You're being very flexible, and it's almost like you're caught in, you're in this beautiful wave, this ebb and flow of life, right? And it's those simple things that kind of get you balanced with yourself, Libra, and it's kind of going with the flow. And that's what allows you, it's almost like this, like you're almost like in this dream sanctuary when you actually do that, okay? Now, this is an 8 card, so the 8s talk about, as above as below, right? So this is that flow, right? That an infinity symbol of infinite energy that is always flowing in you, through you, throughout you, in our worlds, right? So, but yeah, that's what's really coming into play here. How beautiful is this? It's got a lot of yellow. So this is about, feeling, confident, in the process in terms of what it is that you're doing. It is also about, this is also about that sometimes when, you sleep, right? So this is talking about that you take with you, it's like you're like in this dream sanctuary, right? And it's like you dance, you live, you love, you're in this harmonious flow. This is just saying, make room, Libra, for prosperity, success, and happiness. With a little help with some tunes over there, okay? So that's what it's basically saying, right? So if you have to wash your clothes, kind of do all that stuff that you do, okay? Know that there is some, delightful guidance, music, and harmony that comes with that, all right? So that's what's coming into play here. And it's just really talking about that, at this particular time, you're physically and energetically being asked to, to really go with the flow, know that you're safe, and be free okay? So that's what's coming into play right now. So you might be already doing that at this particular time, but that's kind of like you're in this kind of dream sanctuary state. So what else is coming out for you here? What else wants to come through for you here? Oh my gosh, Libra, Aqua got this too, so you have to check out their video as well. So this is about moving from, this is a 34 card, first of all. So I'll tell you, the 3 plus 4 is a 7. 7 is, spiritual, right? It is about having faith, all right, and moving forward. So if it's a relationship, if it's a situation, whatever that is for you, if it's a job, it's a business, this is saying to turn that fear into fuel, okay, and let it emanate out of you and transform that and move forward. So whatever this is, you're being called upon to transform that energy and to really move it into something that's going to be extremely productive for you, Libra, okay? So if it's a relationship you fear about taking that next step, turn that fear into fuel and take an action step to move forward. If it's a business, this is saying, look into what it is that next step might be. And if you're afraid of it, just go for it is what it's saying. Things don't have to be perfect. You got to start somewhere. But once you do it, you're able to put the next foot in front of the other and so on and so forth, right? So that's what's kind of coming into play is what I'm seeing here. This is just saying that whatever it is that you fear, and note your comment below, note how you can transform that and move that into fuel, okay? So this is saying for you to to definitely move forward within that. So that's what I'm seeing through here. This is beautiful. I just love seeing this. So a lot of great energy from here, right? So stepping into your power, right? And feel your shadow, integrate with your shadow, and just push through. All about just do it anyway, okay? Sometimes when you just take action, it takes away the fear. So if you just focus on that action step, it's just going to take away the fear. And then before you know it, you're doing that next piece of action. And before you know it, you're moving forward in that relationship, you're moving forward in that business, or moving forward in that career. Whatever that is to you, or closer to a solution, or whatever has brought you to my channel here. But that's what I'm seeing here for you, right? Because that fuel is actually gives you a future, that is unlimited, and it'll empower you, right? So that's what this is talking about here. So this is about having that inspiration to push forward, okay? So you can become a lot more illuminated, you can live more intentionally, and then you can start to really manifest, okay? So it just kind of like reverberates, kind of through, like around you. It's like this vibration, okay? So that's what this is talking about here. So this is beautiful. So let's talk about moving forward. What is your future here as it pertains to this current situation, or whatever's brought you to my channel, okay? So this is saying here, let's just look at this, okay? Wow, this is saying where you are is where you are at. You're probably saying, well, no kidding, Michelle, okay? Well, this is just this is why I'm bringing this up to you here, because there's something behind this, okay? What this is talking about here is that you need to, at this moment, stand still for a moment, okay? Because what it wants you to do is to be where you're at, so the divine guidance can target you and give you the message that's going to be necessary for you to push forward and create this fuel from this fear, okay? So this is just saying that you need to stay where you're at right now, so and don't make a move until you're divinely guided, okay? So when you're divinely guided, so what this is saying, when you're divinely guided, make the move, okay? So plan it out. This wants to make you have fuel to move forward. Before you move forward, what this is going to ask you to do is wait for the divine to give you the direction to do so, okay? So I know I said to kind of take that action, move one step at a time. But before you take that action, because I got this card, guys, whoops, it's so hot. Before you take that action, because I got this card, I'm going to ask you to really check in with the divine and ask what that next step looks like. Okay, so check in with your source, whatever that is for you, and ask what that next step looks like, and then take that action. Okay, so I'm going to change it up a little bit here. All right, so that's what's coming into play. And really keep that vision alive, because you can say whatever affirmations you want, but until you envision it and visually, see it, and ask for assistance from source through that process, and until you feel it, because that's the vibration, right? That's the most important component, right, in changing beliefs and in getting to what it is that you want. That's going to do that. What it is that you're gearing up for that vibration, and it wants you to really look into that and to let the divine guide you. So ask divine for guidance. Ask your source for guidance in this process, because you're going to get it, okay? I'm going to pull one more card for you before we go to this other side here, okay? What is this here? Oh, this is so cool. Okay, so what this is saying here is there's no place like home, okay? So what this is saying is, remember when I told you at the beginning to kind of do the simple things? Maybe you're staying home a little bit more, Libra, to kind of settle into the sweetness of being at home and doing those simple things. Maybe you've been so busy moving around and doing, and where this is just saying, a guidance is, where you are is where you're at, right? And it's saying it's going to allow you to get that rest and rejuvenation that you need, and it's going to help you, I think, that to really take you home, okay? And this is a 6 card, and 6s are about growth, right? So that's what I'm seeing that's coming from this here, which is quite beautiful, okay? So that's what I see. It was also talking about that sometimes we strive to journey to get back home, right? A lot of times when we go back home, we're revisited and we see our friends, we're family, and we're rejuvenated, right? Well, at times in life, we move away from our true calling, right? And with the hero's journey, which signifies in these cards, there's 12 steps to the hero's journey. And it's all about getting you back home, right? You come home, but through all this journey, the first, through 11 steps, revelations have come into play, incidences have happened, different things happen where you have excelled and moved forward in your growth. And because of these incidences or these things happening in your life, these realizations, these enlightenments that you've learned, something major happens that brings you back home, but yet you see it in a totally different way. So it's kind of like when you go to college and you go back home, you see it in a different way because you're a college student. Or then you go off in your profession and you go back home again and you see it from another different perspective as an adult, a seasoned adult, looking back at how you were before, what beliefs you had then, and how they've changed for you now. It's kind of like that type of thing. But things are never be the same again, right? And now you have this new awareness, this new point of view, this point of reference, right? That you see things from a different perspective, and you're just evolving and growing. You continuously do that. And that's what this hero's journey is all about, bringing you back home. But then you've been enlightened, right? You see things like that you've never seen them before, and you've got that new awareness that you can take with you. And guess what happens? Then you start the journey all over again from the beginning of the first, and going through this 12 steps to bring you back home again. So it's just this constant evolving, this evolution of that. So this is quite beautiful. So that's what I see for you. Now for this other person, let's go ahead and just take a look at them real quick. We'll see what wants to come out for them. What do we have? Attuned to the call. Now again, some of you might resonate from one side more than another. Feel free to reverse the meanings and all of that, you know which side that you're on, or a little bit of both. But this is about being attuned to the call, okay? So this is about turning inside to turn on what needs to be done as you move forward, okay? So if this is the other person, that they need to turn and go within so they can turn on and become who they want to be, who's meant to be, whether it's in this relationship, in this situation, this partnership, or within themselves. It's like they're turning on the light and looking to the source, right? So that's what this is saying. So it's kind of like attuning to the call, to their call, to themselves, to this situation. And that's what wants to come through. Now, this is a 10 card. So the 10s are about completions, right? It kind of goes to, then jumps into that new beginning, okay? So something has changed in this other person, in this relationship, in this situation, whatever the case may be. Maybe they are tuning into their own real calling in their life, and that's what wants to come through over here. So that's what I'm seeing, and it makes sense because 10s are about completion, right, guys? And then the 10s reduce to a 1, put you on that path for that new beginning. Again, a new journey, right? So that's what I'm seeing here, which is really, really quite beautiful. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. So this is all about that. It's quite beautiful. So just keep in mind. It's like you're about ready. I think you might even receive a call, or this other, if you resonate on this side, or this other person is going to receive some sort of call, okay? And about their ability, to listen and to hear. So if you resonate with this side and you're trying to call someone, okay, and you can't reach them, really consider what's in the way from bringing you a step closer to resolving the situation, okay? So that's what I see here, okay? Explore the telepathic connections that you might have with yourself, with others. But this is the other person. They might have a telepathic kind of connection to you, is what I'm saying, Libra. If you resonate from this side, is what I'm thinking of here. And with an individual or part of yourself. This is just saying, explore that wordplay telepathically, on a cell phone, this is just saying, the universe can be calling out to you, and it's reminding you to pick it up. Okay, so it's reminding this person to pick it up. Okay, so wow, interesting, very, very interesting. Okay, so if this person might be having dreams lately that they're receiving some sort of message for some sort of calling, to tap into their higher self. Okay, and maybe their higher self is calling them to move forward on whatever that is, okay, to be a better version of themselves in a relationship, to actually go into something that is actually more resonates with their higher self. All sorts of things can come from this, but that's what I'm seeing here, which is quite interesting here. Again, it's like a new beginning. So what else wants to come up for this person in this current situation? Okay, wants to come through? Wow. This is about letting go, okay? Letting go can actually bring out the glow, okay? So letting go can bring some enlightenment, okay, for you, Libra, and that's what I'm seeing here. So it might be the case with you. It might be the case with you that you're actually kind of seeing that a little bit, and that's what I see that's kind of wants to come through. It's almost as if that there's a thin veil, and you're able to kind of see the light through it and kind of penetrate to it. And this other person is just letting their own light shine by letting go, okay? Letting go of the situation so it can glow, right? And it can be reborn and bring some rejuvenation into the situation, okay? Whether it's a partnership or whatever that case may be, a career or whatever. It's just what is this? A 36 card, and that's a 9 card. So that's about coming to completion, right? It's about coming to fruition. And then, the completion, is obviously the 10, and then you've got that new beginning. But there's a thin veil for this person right now to be able to heed the calling, and that's what seems to be coming through. This is really, really beautiful. Let's see what wants to come out in terms of moving forward. Oh my gosh, this is all about, blazing brightly, because this is about a splendid torch. So this is about moving forward, holding that torch with their own light. and things are becoming a lot more illuminated for this person as well. So that's what I'm seeing come through here. Gosh, you guys, it's so freaking hot here. And gosh, it's just been crazy. And I didn't want to turn on the air. I want to get through this video first, kind of going through, but oh well. It's hot, all this torch and this flames and all this light. It's just like, woo. So anyway, that's what's coming through if you're resonating more on this side. It's a 52 card, so the 5 plus 2 is a 7, which talks about faith. It's spiritual in some way, shape, or form. So that's what's coming through here. Yeah, it's quite beautiful. And what I see here, what it's telling me to do, and really talks about, maybe it's about, there's some sort of, you're being tested and confronted by an obstacle, but you're challenged by someone or something, okay? So this is saying just tune into yourself, right? Tune into yourself right now, and carry the torch and really blaze brightly, and look for the lesson and the blessing in any sort of situation that you find yourself in, okay? Maybe that look for the gift in the challenge that, or for the opportunity in what you've learned when you've been put to a test, okay? And this is saying just blaze that torch from inside, because that's going to have that instruction booklet, that manual that's going to teach you, but you got to tap into your own intuition and your higher self and really dive into that, all right, to get your answers, right? So this is saying is you can, transform anything, even an enemy, that has been a challenge for you, into an opportunity for, some real true awakening here. Okay, so this person might be going through some sort of awakening that might be taking place. Okay, and let me see what else wants to come through for them as well. We'll do another one over here and see what wants to come through. Oh my gosh. Wow, this could be about a relationship, guys. Look at, there's two people and the light is shining on them. It's quite mystical. Isn't that just gorgeous? So it's almost as if maybe something was hidden and there is love here. This is about seeing the love that maybe had been in disguise, and now kind of coming through, right? And maybe that you've this torch was able to kind of give you the light. And because the veil was so thin for you, you're able to see the light and really attune to the call and whatever that is to bring you two together. Wow. So I never expected this. You never know what wants to come up for you, but this is so mystical and beautiful. And this is all about, it's like, with this, you're attuning to the call and you're getting messages and the light is shining on your messages. And this card is called X marks the spot, right? And so this is a 35 card, and this is talking about 8. So as above as below, what you're manifesting is coming through. Whatever's been hidden is coming through, and the universe is shedding light on this for you, which is quite beautiful. So that's what I see here. Wow, this is great. So yeah, that's what I see here. So yeah, this is about letting your ego, rather than letting your ego get the best of you, this is about that you are maybe out of balance a little bit. Something's trying to give you an important message, because you see kind of how it's kind of, it's kind of zeroing in on you and on two people that, are divinely guided to be with each other in some way, or, I see two people there. So it's quite beautiful about embracing that, this really is, really imagine yourself becoming powerful in your dreams and really exaggerate that vision until you shift your perspective on whatever the situation is for you. Okay, again, could be a relationship, could be a particular situation that you find yourself in. It could be whatever's brought you to my channel, and that's what I'm seeing here, is that light is shining on you and there's stars in the sky, and it's like reconnecting to your aliveness that you maybe left behind. And this is saying is that yeah, it's that your dreams are going to help you reconnect with yourself and bring that aliveness. It's going to affect your relationships. So something's coming out. I know it's like, and that's why I keep saying attune to the call, right? So if you resonate more with this side, you know, the veil is thin right now, and the light, there's this splendid light that is shining on this situation here. So it's quite beautiful, right? Wow. Yeah, that's what this is really saying. So this is quite beautiful. Yeah, really be grateful for whatever comes because it has been sent from beyond. So it might be this beautiful relationship here, right? X marks the spot. Wow, this is gorgeous. Okay, guys. Now I'm going to pull a few cards here that I'm going to pull from my Magdalene, which I absolutely adore. We're going to see what wants to come through for you. So let's see what that. I'm going to start with you over here. Illumination. This is yeah, just being illuminated. Libra coming through here. Just being illuminated. You know, and really know that the divine is guiding you. Remember, where you're at is where you're at, and the divine wants to send a message coming through. You're going to be illuminated, okay? So this is saying to take that time, be still, wait for that divine guidance to come through, because it is, okay? And especially if you are trying to change that fear into fuel that's coming into play, right? Your dreams are going to have a lot of things that are probably going to help you in this process. But things are going to be illuminated. Your third eye is shining brightly, and that's going to be coming through, okay? So that's what I see coming through, all right? And so the illumination is going to be big, right? Because I think that the illumination is going to bring you revelation in the process. So it's like an eye-opening experience, right? It's like an opening. It's like, you know, the cortex of it, or this opening for you to shine the light. So you are actually going to receive some sort of revelation. And it's by doing those simple things that we talked about at the beginning. Remember, doing laundry, doing things like that. But that's what I see here. Now, this other person, they get liberation. Same thing. Very, very similar, Libra, on both sides here. Illumination, liberation. Both highlighting the third eye here, right? Sorry for the glare there. So this is the other side of the card for this other person. But this is definitely about some sort of liberation, being liberated, seeing through what was hidden, and really having that laser vision. Now, because seeing things now with a different perspective with the third eye, that brings a sort of liberation, right? Remember what we talked about at the very beginning, that attuning to the calling, finding that their way home, it liberates you. This relationship, from this side, this X marks the spot, can liberate you, right? And the lights are shining on you right now for that type of illumination, if you're resonating more with this side, right? But everything is going to be happening on this side in divine order, Libra, okay? So that's what the card wants to let you know. So it's a co-created, being that superpower with the universe, and know that everything is in divine timing. So, even when we talked about on this other side, that fuel into fear, we had to stop for a moment, right? Because divine wanted to say something and say, hey, heed that, check within first. And where you're at is where you're at, and where you're at is there for a reason, okay? So very interesting. So I hope that this resonated with you, Libra, in some way. Note your comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in September. And until then, namaste.